That's why I find your zone every day.
Hey everybody, my name is Noel. I'm your host here at Keybridge Helmet Network. Today we're going to talk about my TRX4 shocks. I got a hold of some, a set of 4 from Amazon for 26 bucks. And they are King Shocks replica. If you guys can see that. There we go. It's dual spring shocks. I'm pretty happy with it. Let's take a closer look. So here we go, guys. This is my Traxxas TRX4. These are the shocks that I got on Amazon for 26 bucks for 4 pieces. And I've always had trouble with my suspension setup and I could never figure it out. I've tried changing springs. I went from medium to soft springs and I just couldn't get the suspension right where I wanted to be. So I tried these dual rate springs, and these are like what they call it's just like a replica of the King shocks from what it looks like. You can change the rates of the spring. You can have a mixture of soft and medium or all soft. This is my front. I had my front set up as soft on the top and the bottom, and on the rear I have let me see, what's my setup for the rear? Medium on the top and soft on the bottom. And the surprising thing is, what I did was I set these things up with no oil. I've had rumors, and I did a little bit of research, and there's some people out there that's using shocks with no oil, and you guys could see for yourself on the video, on the testing video that I did. And I'm telling you, I'm very happy with the results, because I'm finally getting that movement that I wanted, that more scale, realistic movement. Yeah, I have a video after this, but I just wanted to show you guys what I did with my TRX4. If you're like me, if you're having problems with your stock suspension, you just, no matter what you do, you just can't get it right. I want to try these out, and for 26 bucks for a set of 4, that's not bad. And by not putting oil in the shocks, I don't have to worry about shock weight and having the shocks leak fluid and have to redo them over time. So I'm done with that, and I'm pretty happy with these. And one other thing, the only issue that I had with these shocks is that this part right here, when I bottom out, this will jam up in there and get stuck like that. When I, occasionally take jumps and you land really hard and you bottom out, it gets jammed up. Like, it gets stuck. It gets jammed up with this, on this piece right here on the bottom of the shock cap. So what I did was, I just put a small O-ring. I already installed it on the other side. Just an O-ring. You can use the O-ring on a spacer. Just be able to have enough space, so you have enough, so that basically I put that seal in there to keep the bottom shock cap or the spring perch on getting jammed up. So it gives me about maybe like a millimeter or less of a gap. I don't have any issues with all the other shocks, but this side seems to get jammed up. It only happens when I like drive really hard and take jumps, but if you're casually rock crawling or just driving slow, it probably won't happen. But I like to go on high gear and then jump this thing sometimes. So that's my fix for that. And also, I had to put spacers up here because to keep these things from moving around. The pivot balls that came with this shock is not long enough, so it leaves a gap. So I just used some plastic spacers up there to fix that. Other than that, it's a piece of cake. I almost forgot to tell you that these shocks came with bump stops, and these bump stops, it makes you lose about what's that, 10 millimeters or 20 millimeters. So I took that off. I also actually lost shock travel by having these on there, so I took these off. I cut them off, but be careful when you cut them off. You don't want to score the shaft. And also, these shocks are 100 millimeters. The stock TRX4 shocks, I believe, are 90 millimeters. So there you go, everybody. Got it put back together, and we'll see. I'm gonna do some more testing, and I'll do an update. There's a couple more things that I wanted to do, make sure everything is good before I hit the trail, you know. But there it is. Again, Happy New Year's. I'll see you next time.
Take a slide, find your zone every day.